Coming up after the break, if red hair is your thing, then get to Crosshaven, because this weekend redheads from all over the world are flocking to Cork. Hear why in just a couple of minutes.
National Redhead Convention, or is it crazy?
It is. It's very crazy. Everything about this event is completely wacky, and I think the term ginger nuts more or less just sums it all up. It literally started as a joke between myself and my brother. It was coming up to his birthday, and we were thinking about, what will we do for your birthday, Dennis? And we said, look, we'll have a party, but we'll only invite people with red hair. And do you know what? That suited us down to the ground, because that actually meant nobody, really, to be honest, just us. But whoever we were with at the time, we're going, guys, this is actually a good idea. Do you know? Follow it through. And we're lucky enough that we live, our family own a pub in Crosshaven, so it just seemed like a bit of a natural playground, I suppose, to do something like that. And we said, yeah, let's do an event, and we'll only have it for redheads. So from the very start, we actually tied it in as a charity event as well with the Irish Cancer Society. And to this day, actually, we've kept that theme going of having a party for redheads, but fundraising as well for a great cause.
Because you've raised over €7,500 in just a couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we're hoping to make a lot more as well this year.
Bigger and better and redder this year.
Bigger, better, much redder. In fact, we're actually going for a whole weekend long celebration of red hair. Traditionally, it's been a one-day event, so this year we've got lots of the old favourites, like the carrot tossing and the freckle counting, which you mentioned earlier. Of course, we've got the crowning of the King and Queen. We have the Ginger Chef Cook-Off. We've got a seminar on redhead DNA and ginger genetics. We've got the world premiere of Scott's movie, Being Ginger. We've got a parade, group photo shoot, lots of activities for kids, families, workshops. There's just an infinite amount of stuff.
Okay. But you know the way, if you're going to a cinema and you've got a child with you, and the certificate may allow under 12s with an adult.
Yes.
Can brownhead get in with a redhead?
I see, Martin. You're actually lucky, because I've been told that you have a redhead son. In fact, you told me before. Yes. So that means, of course, if you have brown hair, okay, there is a window. You can get into the festival. We're not that strict, but if you're not a natural redhead, you know, I think you do have to make the effort. I mean, it's about embracing the theme and the whole ethos of the festival. So if you're coming down to Crosshaven this weekend, please dye your hair. In fact, our local hairdressers will be providing on-site hair dyeing.
Fantastic.
Or wear a wig.
Joleen, it's about time that the brunettes have been marginalised, because there's the blonde bimbo jokes, there's the fiery redhead jokes, and you get no grief.
Yeah. Well, I'm stepping into the realm of the grey-haired jokes, so, you know, I'm open to them.
That's just to do with being old, though, not to do with the colour of your hair. Joleen, you mentioned something I found really interesting. We were chatting about this earlier on. You're having a DNA seminar. Popular opinion would indicate that the redheads of the world are decreasing. That, in fact, is not so.
You're right. Actually, it is a myth, an urban myth, that I suppose materialised a couple of years ago through some research that a hair company had done. But in fact, it's actually all lies. Would you believe that there's actually more redheads that we even imagine are there? There's undercover redheads. A shadow army is what Dr. Alistair Moffat has described the redheads out there. Believe it or not, up to 40% of our population are actually carrying the redheaded gene.
Is it the chromosome, is it?
It's the chromosome, so it's an MC1R chromosome gene. Now, I'm not the expert, but if people do want to find out about it, we're actually having a seminar that will be hosted by Ireland's DNA. They've done extensive research on the redheaded gene. They've actually done a whole mapping of the British Isles, and they'll be releasing new facts and figures of what the actual percentage of redheads is here in Ireland.
That would explain your son.
Two people of different colourings can have a redhead child, and of course it will all be explained when Sunday comes knocking on the door.
Exactly.
Of course. We'll still get a certificate of foxiness as you arrive.
You will get a certificate of foxiness. For you, Martin, we'll give you a certificate of redhead appreciation.
Okay, it's even better.
I want to be appreciated by the redheads.
Scott, you've made a movie, and it's being premiered at the weekend in Crosshaven. It's called
Being Ginger.
Okay. Why did you come up with this movie?
I was a student at the University of Edinburgh doing film, and I'm originally from the US, but when I got to Scotland 4 years ago, a lot of really strange things would happen to me on the streets, and I would share little stories with some of my friends, and my friends begged me to make a film about it. And I didn't want to, because I didn't want to just complain about how people tease me because I have red hair. But it had occurred to me that my whole adult life, female friends have told me, oh, I've got this friend, Jenny, she just loves men with red hair. But it was always this friend. Yes. It was this other woman that I'd never met.
And was Jenny always out of town?
Yeah, I've never met Jenny. It's always this other person. Or she got married, but she didn't marry a ginger. So, so I decided I'm going to try and find one. And that was my graduation short from film school, and it did really well, so I've now turned it into a feature. And
we'll have a look at it now. We have a clip from the movie, so let's have a quick look.
It's like the gingerness is all speckled across your face.
Every time I see a ginger walking past, male or female, I don't like them.
To be honest, it's your eyelashes that kind of creep me out a little bit.
The eyelashes. But I think it's just, I don't like myself, and I'm projecting myself on them.
The site for ginger fans to find their ideal ginger.
And look at that, she even gave a little tiny kiss at the bottom of that message. But you can't read into that much, because girls do that to everybody.
I stumbled across the world's biggest Redhead festival.
You should try and meet someone here and then have a redhead wedding next year here.
Did you see the girl I was talking to? She was gorgeous.
So an awful lot of good-looking red-headed people there, but nobody willing to marry you.
Well,
That's a bit harsh.
you got to see the film. You have to see the film.
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe you find someone at the end.
You see.
I'm not going to spoil the end of my film the day before I release it.
You can't do that.
No.
But how are you getting such grief on the streets in Scotland when they have a huge redhead population there?
I don't understand the reasons behind it. I mean, a lot of the grief, most of it I think is actually funny. It's things like a girl telling me, you know, you're quite sexy for a ginger.
Okay.
And it was that line, for a ginger. It's like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Why for, and things like that. And there were a lot of little things like that.
And assuming you're coming from the US, I would assume that everyone would say, oh, you're Irish, once they see it, which you
yes,
not be
everyone
at all.
assumes. In fact, someone in the States once yelled at me and told me, no, you're Irish. I'm like, no, I'm not. And they go, no, you're Irish. And I was like, no, I'm really not.
You don't have to be Irish to be redhead.
Yeah, no, the gene's everywhere.
Tell us about the famous redheads. You had a chat about this before, didn't you?
Oh, we did. Last year when Joleen was in with us, we were talking about Prince Harry and people like this.
Prince Harry,
redheads.
exactly,
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, Kate Walsh, fabulous actress who's in Grey's Anatomy.
That's right.
Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson, famous Irish
Damien
redheads.
Lewis.
We're continuing the legacy for some legends and idols. I mean, look at Gráinne Wales. She was a flame-haired pirate queen. And all that. So I think she's the one I like to look after.
Yeah, we had King Joffrey. Now we have Mairin, yes, our queen of the redheads. So you were crowned last year at the convention.
I was crowned last year, and my reign is coming to an end. So we are searching at the moment for someone to fill in the shoes. So people have to come down to the festival. And the way I received my crown, it was a long and arduous journey, not really, but I had a ginger manifesto.
Okay.
I had come up with a plan, a 3-step plan for gingers to come into their shade-filled, sun-cream-gone utopia and all of that. So the judges were suitably impressed. So you have to come up with something. You have to maybe do a party piece or tell a story.
So
or
you have to work.
You have to work. You have to earn this. This doesn't come for nothing.
Maureen, if you had a choice between winning the Rose de Lee and winning the Redhead Convention, would you take the Redhead Convention?
Oh, I'd take the Redhead any day. I mean, we're kind of a special shirt. Anyone can win the Rose de Lee, but you have to have that
any common
extra
brunette
touch.
or
Yeah,
blonde.
exactly.
Any kind of colour will do it. So, are you going to be envious as you hand the title over?
There may be, you know, a touch of remorse and maybe a slight shove towards the front of the stage, but I will restrain myself.
You will be there this weekend, though.
I will be there. I will be there for the entire weekend. As a queen, of course, I'll have to welcome all my followers and my people, my subjects, and I have to be there to welcome them and make them feel that we are the best of the best. So,
Joleen, can we get more details, information, and proceeds from this weekend are going to the Irish Cancer Society, aren't
That's right. If people want to find out more, the best way is to go onto our website. It's redheadconvention.ie. There you can register for the convention. And of course, when you come down, there'll be lots of opportunities as well to donate either just to the Irish Cancer Society, but part of the ticket sales as well is actually going towards the national charity too. Okay, and just before we finish, I know your movie is being premiered, but for those who can't get to Crosshaven,
I'm releasing it today on my website, beingginger.co.uk.
beingginger.co.uk. Wish you the very best of luck. It looks like a really entertaining documentary.
Thank you very much.
And have a great weekend. We never even got to freckle picking or freckle counting. You were saying freckle counting?
Yeah,
is on
we
the
do
menu
freckle
too?
counting.
I was going to say what's involved,
It's
but really
actually the most
it's a
freckles
no-brainer.
per square inch. That's what it is.
It's the most
So
freckles per square inch.
if you think you've got the most freckles per square inch in Ireland, you have to pick your square inch, go down to the judges, show them your arm or your leg or your face or wherever it is, and if you've got the most freckles per square inch, then you've got
You're
the
the
title.
winner.
Okay. Just be
So now
careful.
you know what's involved.
Just be careful where that square inch might be.
Joleen, Scott, Mairin, thank you
Alright.
so much for joining us and
Thanks
have
for
a
having
great
us.
weekend.
Thank you for
Very
having
best of luck
us.
with it.